Applying borders and shading to a Word document is a useful way of adding colourful effects and custom designs to text. Grace is working on a booklet for one of Westcal's clients. The booklet includes many different sections of text, each of which needs to be divided by borders. The client has also asked that Westcal include shading on the borders to give them a unique look. Microsoft Word offers some great tools for applying borders and shading. Westcal can use these tools for their client's booklet. But before you explore how to apply borders and shading to a document, you must understand the difference between the two. The term border refers to a line that wraps around a page, paragraph or word. The term shading refers to a shadow effect applied to a selected text within a page. Now that you're familiar with the concepts of borders and shading, you can learn how to apply them to your Word documents. To begin, start with applying and formatting borders. To apply borders, select the text or paragraphs that you want to format. If you are just formatting one paragraph, you can simply place your cursor in it. Then click the Borders drop-down arrow on the Home tab. Each command in the list represents a different type of border. You can see a preview of each border by looking at the command icons. Choose what kind of border you want to apply. By default, Word will apply a half-point black border to all sides of the selection. However, if you have customized any of the border settings using the Borders and Shading dialog box, these options will be used instead. There are a few other border options that you can apply. The horizontal line option inserts a horizontal line from margin to margin at the point of your cursor. The Draw Table option changes the cursor to a pencil icon and lets you manually draw a table. However, this is only recommended for users with a graphics tablet. Select View Grid Lines to show or hide table grid lines. Finally, Borders and Shading opens the Borders and Shading dialog box. The Borders and Shading dialog box contains some important features, so here's an overview of the available formatting options. You can choose a basic setting from the list on the left. Then use the menus in the middle to choose a style, colour and width for your border. Next, use the buttons on the right-hand side to toggle parts of the border on or off. For example, you can select this icon and add a bottom line to your border. You can preview your choices as you decide which one to apply. You can also choose what section of your document you want to apply the settings to. And you can also open the Border and Shading Options dialog box. Now that we're familiar with borders, it's time to explore how you can add formatting and shading within your document. To apply shading, select the paragraph or text that you want to format. Next, click Home and then Shading to apply the default shading. Or click the drop-down arrow to choose another colour. You can choose from theme colours, standard colours, or no colour. You can also click More Colours to create a custom shade. Like with other formatting tools, you can preview each colour as you point to it. You can also apply further formatting to your shading using the dialog box. You can use the Shading tab within the dialog box to choose a fill colour, a style type, pattern colour, and area of application. Once you have made your choices, click OK to apply them. You're now familiar with the tools that you can use to apply borders and shading within your Microsoft Word documents. Great work!